Hey guys! Welcome back for another Pixie Talks toy vlog.
Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks.
So, okay, I'm sorry that there was no toy vlog for last month. I do apologize. I had some issues with my computer, but I'm back now to show you all the cool stuff that I got over those last 2 months, which is actually a lot of stuff. So I'm going to try to get through it as best as I can. So first of all, there's a lot of little guys. So as you already know, my love of Lalaloopsy toys. These are some of the new little Lalaloopsy minis that I've picked up over the last couple months. I think this one might be my favorite because she is, of course, a redhead. And look at her little roller skates. Next up, if you've been following the new Digimon show, Digimon Fusion or Cross Wars for the Japanese title, these are, of course, the main character from the show and his Digimon. It is articulated enough that it can move its sword and its feet. Taiki, or I guess Mikey, as he's called now. His arms move and his head moves, and that's it. And lastly, a Kimidoll. This is a series of Kokoshi-styled Japanese dolls, and I just thought that these were absolutely adorable and like really pretty. This is Ai, and she represents femininity. And next up, I do have a couple new dolls to talk about. First up is Cerise Hood. Cerise Hood is, of course, the daughter of Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf from the Ever After High series. Now, I really like this doll, but I do have one issue with it, and that is, in the show, Cerise Hood has wolf ears, but the doll does not. There you go, some very basic human ears. Really actually kind of something I'm upset about. But anyways, let's take a look at the rest of the doll. She of course has this elaborate cloak with a woodsy pattern on the back. And just this really cute little plaid dress and skirt. She's not quite as sweet as, say, Apple White, but she just still looks really elegant and fairy tale without being like super princessy. I love her leggings and her boots especially. I think the combo just works really well. And so next up, I also have here Zecora, Equestria Girl's doll. Now, I'm not displaying her in her original outfit here because I think it's absolutely awful. Zecora is an African character, and I would imagine that she would dress rather traditionally African. So I tried to just make her kind of a more African outfit. I'm not sure if it really panned out well. I might have to buy something off of Etsy. I like the asymmetrical look. So she's got no bangs on this side, but then if you turn her head, she's got longish hair here. I wish that the stripes were more prominent because of course she's supposed to be a zebra, right? So you can see a few stripes under her eyes, and there's some stripes on her legs, but that's really about it. You wouldn't know that she was supposed to be a zebra if you hadn't seen the show, so I do wish they'd done more with that. Apart from that though, I really quite like this doll. I think she looks really neat. And now, for the pièce de résistance. Attack on Titans. This is my very first ever Figma figure. If you don't know what Figma figures are, they're pretty much considered some of the best anime collectible figures that you can get. They're extremely posable, as you can see from some of the pictures on the box. They come with all sorts of different little goodies and stuff. I've actually opened this up and played with it a little bit already, but I wanted you to see kind of some of the stuff that it comes with. So I'm going to go through the opening here today. It's a really cool toy. Alright, so on this first layer we have the main figure right here. She also comes with a couple different facial expressions, and you can switch her face out. And then, of course, we have her equipment. We've also got some alternate hands. So, here is the main figure. So, right off the bat, the one thing that I will notice that I don't really like is how loosey-goosey all her joints are. She's doesn't hold a pose very well because her joints are really lax. And she can do all sorts of really weird poses that she should not be able to do. But she is incredibly articulated. Oh my gosh. So her head turns, her shoulders move, so do her elbows and her wrists. Her torso turns, her legs move, her knees, ankles, as well as the tips of her boots. Now, as I showed you, she does come with multiple faces. She's got a default basic expression, but we can switch that out. So what you do is you first remove the hair, and then you can take out the face. And here we can switch her face, and now she's pissed off. She also comes, of course, with her cloak. So for that, we have to pop her head right off and kind of fit the cloak over her neck. Then we can put her head back on again. Now, if you've seen the show, this is her equipment. I'm going to try and figure out how it goes on her. Okay, I think this part goes in the back. So I've got her gear on her, and she comes with some swords. Right? But of course, she's not going to be able to hold these if I don't change her hands first. So we're going to grab these sword-holding hands. Okay, so we've got her with her gear and her swords. I think my biggest issue with this figure is that nothing really stays very well. Nothing is like in there tightly. They all just kind of fall out, and the legs just kind of go wherever they want, like that. So now we want to get her flying through the air. So we get her stand, and now you can pose her as though she were flying through the air, attacking a titan, just like on the show, which is pretty cool. One thing to note is that I got this for a very cheap price on eBay, like ridiculously cheap for how much a Figma should cost. So, in all honesty, it would not surprise me a lot to discover that she's actually a bootleg and not a legit Figma figure. But for what I paid for her, I don't really mind if that's the case. And there you have it, the basic military salute. And there you go. So that is my Mikasa Figma, maybe, figure. She's pretty freaking cool. There's a lot of detail on this sculpt. Like I said, the only thing that really disappoints me is just how loose all the joints are. She does take a little bit of mucking around with before you can get her into some like really cool poses. But she comes with a lot of really cool extras. Not perfect, but I really like this figure a lot. And now I just have one more cool toy to show you guys. Funko just started releasing a new line of fully articulated action figures for Game of Thrones. And this is the Daenerys figure. She's really well molded. She comes with a dragon sitting on her shoulder. Word to the wise, I would recommend gluing that sucker in there because he falls out a lot. But it's just a beautiful sculpt. And it's actually really well articulated. She is articulated at the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist. She can turn her torso and her head, knees, hips, and ankles. She looks really cool. She's, of course, in her Dothraki outfit from the very first season. And she's a great addition to the collection. So that is all of my new stuff that I have got for these past couple months. I know it was a lot. Thanks for watching. In the same vein as the Game of Thrones Funko articulated figures, Funko is also releasing a series of Magic the Gathering articulated figures, and there's definitely a couple in there that I really want. And also really interesting, Mattel is releasing a new series of Barbie collector's items. I'm not really a huge fan of Barbie most of the time, but this faraway elf lady is absolutely freaking gorgeous. So that's about it for my toy vlog this month. Thank you for watching. Sorry there wasn't one last month. Subscribe for more, and there'll be a review next week. Bye!